Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to solve the 9-bit machine. So first thing we need to do is the enumeration. So enumeration is the process of asking what ports are open, what services are running, and furthermore. So we're going to do full TCP port scan. So nmap and map scan all TCP ports and send packets at least 10,000 packets per second and save the results. And the port 9-bit, the IP address is this. Now we know that port 80 and port 43 are open, so it looks like the related to HTTP and HTTPS. And now I'm going to grab the open port from the output file. With this, I think I skip this. Grab port. I think it's paste. So if we do this, we can I think it only D. So we can find the 80 and 443 are extracted as expected, and we are going to the service scan, default script, version detection, and using this port and output. Specify the output again and this. So we found that port 80 is HTTP and port 443 is HTTPS. So we might confuse that the port 80 and port 443 show the same website, but that is not always true. The two, it can be like two URLs, so like even though they are on the same machine, they are different services. So later when we do like web enumeration for this port, we can find that the services are different, and at this stage I can navigate to this website. I can sorry, it says this website look related to this IP address, so I'm going to add this. So 9-bit IP address is this, and 9-bit so using this information, when we type 9-bit.htb, it resolves it to 10.129.229.207. So we can perform the Gobuster on the buster and port 80 HTTP service, and user share have content faster. And medium, and extension will be like this, and 50 threads, no error filter, and Gobuster. Where is this not set? I think. Then again. And on the right side, I think I will do enumeration, but this time I will do this against it says that where to verify the certificate error, so I may need to choose like ignore the certificate issue. So we are enumerating, but in order to solve this issue, DB endpoint, secure nodes, and department endpoint from HTTP service should suffice. So I'm going to check what DB path are. So I think TPS and DB. So if I navigate to this website, I think I can just like this. Advanced, accept the risk. It says that I'm showing the phpLiteAdmin service. So phpLiteAdmin gives us a way to interact with SQLite databases through the web. And I can also go into check the secure note endpoint, so cur k to fix the invalid certificate issue using the k flag, and I can find that there is the image file called 9b.png. So images can contain hidden data in several ways, like metadata and steganography and more. So we can download the image and inspect it locally. So how to download this? wget. So resolve certificate issue, ignore certificate issue, and 9b secure note 9b. So I have successfully downloaded this. So file 9b, so it says png image data, and so a png image file is a binary file, but binary files can still contain readable ASCII text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use strings 9b. So the strings comment scan the file and print sequences of readable characters. So we can check, then SSH we can find that there is the SSH key inside. So copy this and by 9-bit key and paste this. And set the permission. And if we also check this further, the username looks to be Amroid, so we can use this private key to access this Amroid 9-bit.htb. Now we are going to investigate the path DB manually. This part of the attack chain is important because DB exposes phpLiteAdmin, which is a web-based SQLite database administration panel. So we are going to crack the password for this. So since we only require password, maybe we can like test and check the response from the burp suit. Test. Peter. We can find that this post method sends the post body password test, which I just input, and yes, login, proc login. I believe remember could be related to, you can guess that it is related to remember me. We can also validate. Test login and repeater done. Then yes, I think it, so I think remember could not matter since it like just gone. So we may want to send wrong password and send. We can find the response like maybe invalid, 0 match incorrect. So we can find it if we put wrong password, it will show incorrect password. We can incorrect password. So we can assume that this is the we can grab this valid response and enumerate using password enumeration using the Hydra. So we can build a Hydra command together. So I will use here Hydra. Since there is no username, I will put just like random username here. And in order to before doing this, word list graph view, extract this and Hydra random username and password is share word list view and use this HTTPS post form method. Then we should specify the endpoint, and I think when it comes to this, we can use this, but we are going to use this part to do like enumeration, and then we need to specify, since we find incorrect password as a bad response equals to incorrect, and port 443 and verbose. Perfect. So we can save somewhere. So db https password should be this. So if we use this, we can successfully access this, and path to database looks to be var temp. So now I'm going to check this in department endpoint, so I can also like wrong username, wrong password, then I can check like, so initially, so we can filter the invalid username to get the username in question. So what I'm going to do is I can buff to filter out the invalid user response to get the valid username. What I'm going to do is share that list usernames names, and the endpoint is HTTP service, and if you look at this, it is login.php. Before this, I can also check wrong username, wrong password, and intercept this. I think I can just like https 1 remember yes, https remember no, and I think intercept this, and then http. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this part, and before this, the content type looks to be this. Post, and and I'm going to filter response invalid username to find the valid username. Invalid username. Login.php and so we can find that the admin is what we are looking for. So I can check the HTTP department username is admin. So using admin, now I'm going to change this to shared word list, set list. We don't need to post the username anymore, but post the. So if you like admin and wrong password, it should be the response will change. Maybe I can just validate like cur response silent and post. And check the same thing. Check this again and maybe I can just like grab ignore case invalid incorrect failed like this, and so we can find the invalid password response will be showing. So from that we can find that we need to filter the invalid password and post the wrong password part. Username should be the admin and change the directory user share word list raw view, and then we can find that the password looks to be this. So password good. So if we log into this admin, interesting. Admin Ah, mm. So we can find this HiAdmin under construction website. We can click home. We click note. When we click note, there looks to be note files and 9-bit notes.txt. It looks like it could be vulnerable to the local file inclusion. So I'm going to check this further. So first of all, I'm going to test like just like this etc test, but it shows that no node is selected. If I go this 9-bit node says that showing like this, but this shows that no node is selected, so I can assume that it is related to like failed response. So what I'm going to do is go to the home and it's the past 30, but it still shows the no node is selected. So we assume that there could be the something that validates something or filtering something. So I can also, at this stage, I can also check this further to intercept this. Intercept, repeater, and intercept on. So, repeat. So we find that when we if there is 9-way, it's not, it says like it is shows the result as expected. Like for example, the one that I'm trying to show 9-way note.txt, then it shows the information as expected. Maybe I can also check this. Oh, I think it is like different from no notes found message that I checked. So when it's filtered, like it shows the no node is selected, but if it's not filtered, like it shows the like include error or some information. So I can assume that maybe 9-way note.txt something like this, file name too long. So we also find that there are like also different results from no node is selected, which is like filtered, looks like filtered response. So I can also make this like this. Oh, so we must specify the 9-bit node to get the wanted result. So we can bypass this local file inclusion to contains the 9-bit node result. So So I'm going to log in to this. So since there was an issue while creating this, so we understand that 9 nodes should be included. So I'm going to create like this, new database. Perfect. Then the path to database should be this. So at this stage I'm going to add the include the payload there. So it should be like create date table and wn data column as a text format and go. Perfect. And then insert into determine table, and payload should be this. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the go to the department, and then I think verb is selected, so admin like this. I can verb intercept just response here, send to repeater, and then sorry, I think I need to take this, so on and delete this. So what I'm going to do is notes, and then I can use this file path, and then I have like cmd id to verify whether it is working as expected. Syntax error. And this I can do again. Then ID is working as expected. Now I'm going to create the reverse shell using this cmd parameter. So the process will be a reverse shell will be the target connects back to our attacking machine and gives us a shell. So the ID of it should be www-data shell. So the flow is attacker starts listener, attacker triggers reverse shell payload through cmd parameter, and then target connects back to the attacker. Attacker receives shell as www-data. So nc fmp 4 and listen this, and we can make the reverse shell payload interactive shell, and redirect shell output to a TCP connection, and standard input to this, and URL encoded. Then we can get the shell, and we can perform the shell elevation, pspy, Now at this stage, what I'm going to do is perform the limpias. So when we check the that web result in the beginning, we can find only port 80 and 443 are open, not 22. So in order to investigate this further, I'm going to check this with limpias. So limpias should be found like I can download this and so tmp and I can run this. In the meantime, I can cancel it, and so we can check the limpias result. So if you navigate to this limpias, so since for time saving, I won't look all of this. Oh, but it looks like dirty flag issue can be found. So when we navigate this, root. So the interesting is the port 22 is listening, but it is not showing when we check this on Nmap somehow. So I like to check why, and one of the thing could be the nocti file. We can find this. We would like to check this. So nocti is a port knocking daemon. Port knocking is a technique where a service, usually SSH, is hidden behind firewall rules. Instead of leaving SSH openly accessible on port 22, the server keeps port 22 closed or filtered. Then the user must knock on a specific sequence of ports. So if the sequence is correct, the firewall temporarily opens SSH for the source IP address that performed the knock. So for example, if we like pn and p22 422 add to this 9 the HTB, it says it is filtered not open, but if we knock this, it should be changed to the open. So so when you find there is nocti, the important information that we can find at this stage is cat etc this file. So this file will give us the log sequence. So if we log port 571 to 90911 and there should be timeout, then it looks like the port 22 will be destination port 22 will be opened, so we can knock on the our attacker machine. So in order to perform this, I can install this knock target IP 571 TCP um which knock then it should be correct. User pin. I think it is just like this issue. And then if we it was slow, but so it is open now after knocking. So if we navigate to so we remember that we get the private key of the Amrois user from the image file, so we can use this in the key and Amrois HTB. Yes, perfect. So we can successfully navigate to this Amrois user, and then we don't need www data share. So at this stage, I'm going to run this limpias maybe sudo doesn't give me useful information, and I can transfer again. And then wget I can run this Amrois limpias txt. I think I can just like this. So I like to check the Amrois again. For time saving, I just like look at this file. So you can navigate this further, but if you check this file looks to be potential edit by the user. So why this file is why worth investigating, because like we are also going to run this pspy command. So x86 64, so maybe I can use this, download this and transfer this again. And if we run this, So basically rootkit. DNS is not accessible. So we can find that the chkrootkit, a lot of processes are like periodically running by the root user uid equals to 0. So when we check the limpias again, I think we can just like we can just like say root, then I think cat space w grab root. It says the root has uid 0. So what we are going to do is I'm going to find the I'd like to find the maybe there could be vulnerability regarding the chkrootkit. So I'm like to check by user bin chkrootkit executable. I think as user bin, it should be like this. It has like even if I want to check the version, we currently don't have read permission for this. However, we can verify whether the chkrootkit is vulnerable using by like our like behavior. Like we can just try. So it can find the chkrootkit vulnerability. I think LPE should be the one that we're looking for. 30 frag. It says there is like local privilege escalation like this in exploitDB. We can try using this. It says like put on executable file named update with root owner in tmp not bounded. No. So it says like we need to put an executable file named update owner in tmp folder. Then result of file tmp update will be executed as root, thus effectively rooting your box if malicious content is placed inside the file. So we can place the malicious content on this like tmp update file. So before this it says like not mounted, no execute. So we can check about this mount grab. So since it doesn't have no exe execution, so it doesn't prevent direct execution of files from tmp folder, which we also have already verified using Nmap and pspy. files, and this is running with UID equals to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the payload directly. So cat and create the bin sh, and the important thing is you're going to do SUID here. So when a file has the SUID bit set, it executes with the privilege of the file owner. So if a file is owned by root, has SUID set, and is executable, which is like pipe with executable read executable, and when Amro's user runs it, the process can run with root privileges. The process will be the bin bash. The program that we are going to run is temp root bash, which is copied from the bin bash. So tm and then perfect. So tmp update. So since the chkrootkit process is periodically running, we will wait for a while, and in the meantime tmp update so we can check there is temp root bash. Perfect. So I like to run this with pblack. So bash has security behavior related to SUID execution. If bash detects that it is running with elevated privileges, it may drop privileges unless told to preserve them. The pblack means preserve privileges. So if we add this, we are telling bash that we don't drop the effective UID and keep the elevated privileges. So if we use this and ID, then we can find that the effective UID is root. So we can get the root shell like this. So but instead of creating the root bash file, we can also use like we can use the reverse shell to get the root shell as well. I'm going to use people like this. I think it should be corrected to 2.5 and UF. Then we can just like take the listener like this, then and if chkrootkit executes this payload, the reverse shell will connect so we can wait. ID. Perfect. So we can get the root shell like this too. So I hope this information can be helpful, and see you in the next video.